Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sports with Monga. And we're back with a bang. Another transfer market update. Loads to get through. Deals done. Some heavy goes, some still up in the air. But it's been a fun window for sure. A lot of excitement, a lot of moving parts, and still a lot to get through. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, Sports with Monga, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button for the video and hit the bell icon for more videos. Sportswithmongha is my take on the sporting world, the sporting news, what's happening around. And there's been loads of content. If you're a Formula One fan or a Premier League fan, a Bundesliga, a Champions League, a Europa League, a football fan, a tennis fan, there's loads of content coming through you for this summer. It's just exciting. And if you want to be on the part of the journey, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon for more videos. Let's get into a lot to get into. Transfer market update. Some heavy goals almost announced, some almost done and ready to pounce. Let's start with the first one we have of João Neves. It's to Paris Saint-Germain. It's a here we go deal being signed, done. 60 million euro fixed fee with a 10 million add-on for Benfica. And Renato Sanches on loan to Benfica. Joao set to travel to Paris for the medical, and it will be done. The first signing for Paris Saint-Germain after losing Kylian Mbappe is João Neves. They have been eyeing that guy. He's a talent. He's a prodigy apparently. Everybody loved him the way he plays in Benfica. He's been on the radar for quite a number of teams. One of the teams is also being Manchester United, but it seems that the asking price was too much for Manchester United to get in the deal. They never entertained it and were pretty clear, and that's why I think they went for Ugarte, the Paris Saint-Germain midfield. And it feels like that could be still the deal happening. But then Paris Saint-Germain, João Neves to Paris Saint-Germain, it's a here we go. Deal's done. Already the first deal is done for Paris Saint-Germain. What a good one for them. 60 million fixed with 10 million add-ons and Renato Sanches to Benfica on loan. A deal that everybody would have thought like should happen, but it has turned out to be a reality. And it's been something that Manchester United has been waiting to kind of see what happens with the Paris Saint-Germain deal, because if they have João Neves, it could possibly mean they might be okay to let go of Ugarte for a much lower fees to Manchester United. Still discussions to be done and to see what happens. Agreement was done last week, and it will take place on short details. 70 million euros overall package. Renato Sanches will go to Benfica. It is a deal done. The other deal done, Fulham and Arsenal and Emile Smith-Rowe are done. This deal is done. 27 million plus 7 million move to be sealed. It's a here we go of Emile Smith-Rowe to Fulham, and that's interesting, right? Like Fulham have been eyeing some deals. They have been moving up. They have been thinking of players. They have been trying to close deals. And you know, it was interesting that Fulham were very clear who they wanted, how they wanted it. Marco Silva has done a great job last season as well with that team, and getting the Arsenal reject, I would say. Would you call him a reject? Let me know, Arsenal fans. Get in the comment section below. Let me know, would you call Emile Smith-Rowe a reject? He's had a good career. He played a great path, but he could not fulfill his dream of continuing to, because the competition was too much. He had a couple of injuries, and some bad spells for him meant that he had to leave and it was simple. He had to leave, and this is what happened. It's done. Emile Smith-Rowe to Fulham for 27 plus 7 in add-ons to Fulham, to Arsenal. A deal done. I think they'll be happy with the entire package, and interesting to see a deal done here as well. The other one, before we get into more speculation about Napoli and what's happening with the star striker Victor Osimhen, let's get into one more. Here we go. Ismail Sarr currently has been done. His medical was done as the new Crystal Palace player from Olympique Marseille. He is on his way to join Ismail Sarr, on his way to join Crystal Palace. It's a deal done. Exciting times as well for Crystal Palace, I would say, for the team, for how they've been thinking of. Oliver Glasner did a great job at the end of the season, getting the best of Matata with the injured Eze and Ulize. Ulize is already on his way to Bayern. He's done. So they've lost Ulize. They might also lose Eze. You don't know. People have been talking about Manchester City is eyeing him. But he's trying to build a squad for the future. Ismail Sarr on his way to right now to Crystal Palace. It's a here we go on Ismail Sarr to Crystal Palace from Olympique Marseille. The other here we go, which has been interesting for Borussia Dortmund. They have done the deal for Pascal Groß to Borussia Dortmund. So here we go, deal agreed for the 33-year-old midfielder to join Borussia Dortmund. Documents are now already signed between Brighton and Borussia. The deal is to receive an initial fee of 7 million euros and add-ons. It was interesting that Dortmund went for a player. It's very interesting that they went for a winger, but he's a German. He was the captain as well, and he's had a great season with Brighton last year. He was scoring loads of goals. He was a really great pick for the FPL teams as well. Like Pascal Groß was flying. Ansu Fati, but he was Ansu Fati as well in that team at Brighton with De Zerbi. They were kind of cooking up the entire league. But De Zerbi is now on his way to Olympique Marseille. Also, Brighton have a new coach decided already. Fabian Huizenga from the German. Fabian Huizenga, and he's a young manager. And it's going to be interesting to see how that kind of plays out. The deal done for Pascal Groß to Borussia Dortmund. Here we go, for 7 million and plus add-ons. Another deal. Let's talk about something very interesting, guys. The Manchester United fans. But before we get into Manchester fans related to Manchester United and also related to Borussia Dortmund, before we get into it, Jan Couto to Borussia Dortmund. So here we go. Verbal agreement in place between Borussia and Girona right back. Package will be worth 25 million euros with add-ons, and Conte has agreed on a long-term deal. It's here we go. So two Borussia Dortmund signings. One, Pascal Groß on his way, 33-year-old, and the midfielder and a right back in Jan Couto. Interesting to see how this kind of what this means. Possibly some outgoings coming from Borussia or some possible incomings as well. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes, because Borussia Dortmund has been interested in one of the Manchester United players, in Jadon Sancho, but it seems the money is not making sense. They're still working on it, and it could happen in the late stages of the transfer window. One interesting man to talk about is David De Gea. He is still, can you believe, after leaving Manchester United in 2023, he's still free agent. He still doesn't have as a free agent. He still remains as a free agent. He's considering options as Genoa. Was never close to happen. There were some rumors that he might be signing for Genoa, but that didn't happen. Jesus Navas is going to sign as the AC Monza goalkeeper, and that's interesting because people have been thinking, where would De Gea go? He still lives in Manchester. He's not moved out of Manchester. He is still in Manchester. But I think he's still waiting for his further news to what happens. But on the goalkeeping side, it's deal done for Jesus, a deal done for Keylor Navas to Monza. It's a here we go deal in place from Costa Rican goalkeeper to join the Italian side as free agent after leaving PSG. You have to understand, Donnarumma was number one. He didn't get a lot of time. Keylor Navas, after doing amazing at the Italian clubs earlier in Juventus and AC Milan, but Donnarumma was number one for PSG for all the time. And it was interesting to, after leaving the PSG, Navas accepts proposal and he's traveling this week. It's still done, and it's interesting for the goalkeeping, because some more goalkeepers have been signed up already. David De Gea still remains a free agent. Let me know in the comments section below. What do you think? Which team needs a David De Gea caliber goalkeeper, or do you not rate him anymore? Get in the comment section below, guys. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Hit the subscribe button if you're still at it, guys. If you've not done it, please hit the subscribe button. And let's get into some open questions that we have had regarding one man, Mr. Victor Osimhen. Napoli keep looking for solution for Victor Osimhen, as they want to bring in Romelu Lukaku as soon as possible. Understand Napoli could also be open to discussing Osimhen as part of a loan deal, or with Chelsea as part of Lukaku deal. Osimhen has said yes to PSG, but deal in standby between clubs. It's interesting. The highest scoring, the highest goal scorer in the Italian league is still to kind of find home. It's important to me to understand that PSG has been focusing on the João Neves deal, so they've not given here, and understand they will get back to Victor Osimhen getting to PSG. I think they need a striker. They will, of course, they have players who they could back, but then Osimhen gives them a different kind of metal, and they would definitely want that. I think it's going to be interesting when that deal kind of happens, but it kind of is going to happen in my mind. So this is something in waiting. I think Victor Osimhen will sign for PSG before end of the transfer window. Let me know if I'm going to be right or wrong in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed the video, guys, hit the subscribe button still if you've not done that. Let's get into the two for Manchester United. Has the bubble burst? That's a big question that everybody's asking, that because Manchester United did two deals pretty quick. One thing that we have also to understand, that we have issues with injuries already, and as Lenioro seems to have picked up a really serious injury and might be out for 2 months. But does that mean we need to go for Mazraoui and the deal with De Ligt needs to be signed? It seems like everything is still agreed with Mazraoui. Nothing has changed. Mazraoui does want to kind of head towards Manchester, but our friends in Germany are waiting to basically see how and what the deal kind of pans out to be. They're stuck with 20 to 30 million euro deal, and they're not budging on that, and they're not budging on De Ligt as well. So that's an interesting moment for Manchester United to see how this kind of pans out, because they've been waiting for quite a while for this deal to go through. Mazraoui, there are no issues with the personal contracts and personal terms with Mazraoui and Manchester United. That is a deal done and ready to be gobbled up. But it seems to be the agreement has been reached between Manchester United and Noussair Mazraoui in a 5-year deal until June 2029. It also includes a SPA option to extend further 2030, same as Joshua Zirkzee and Lenioro. Mazraoui waiting for United as they have to sell Wan-Bissaka. That's the domino here, guys. So what needs to happen is Wan-Bissaka possibly needs to go to Crystal Palace or Aston Villa or West Ham. West Ham has or Fulham as well. Everybody's like looking for him. Because Manchester United doesn't have a squad space, and for them to have squad space, they need to sell at least 7 players. In my mind, first is Wan-Bissaka. They need to sell Wan-Bissaka, Sancho, Maguire, Lindelof. They can keep Luke Shaw, Dalot. They might even sell Malacia. In my mind, Malacia needs to go. Casemiro needs to go. Eriksen needs to go. McTominay needs to go. 8 players in total in my mind for Manchester United to leave, to start then kind of filling it up with the right players. And that is going to be a hard deal, because getting players in is easy eventually, but then getting players out is much harder. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Is the Manchester United bubble burst? Has it burst, or there are still more deals to happen? There'll be more transfer window talk in 2 days. I'll possibly do an alternate day video for the transfer market update, because there's loads of things happening, and it kind of helps to go at them in a certain way. Who are you most excited about? Who do you feel will have the best signing of the season? Who will sign the next Haaland? Who will prevail in this transfer window? We still have to see a lot of movements from different clubs. Manchester City have only signed one player. I think they're going to hold off. Even Arsenal have just signed one player after letting go of Smith-Rowe. And we know who that player is. Like for Arsenal, the deal done on the recent centre back signing that they did, it was an interesting one, an important one for them. What is going to be interesting is how they pan it out and how they sign further players and what happens. A lot of content coming through, guys. Discussions regarding Wesley Fofana. It seems Leeds are interested to let go of Somerville. Things hotting up for Alvarez. Comments coming all around, or also the prodigy for Manchester United, Chido Obi Martin. Loads to get into. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and more updates coming through for you on the transfer market update. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.